Well, good morning and welcome to Coventry. I am about to walk to the train station to start the collection caper. I suppose the collection caper started yesterday, really, driving over here to Coventry. But the smart heading up to Edinburgh, and I am heading to Bicester. But we're going to have a nice walk through Coventry first of all. So flip the camera so you're not looking at my awkward face. And here we go, and into the university ground, but we've got the cathedral here as well. So this is the new Coventry Cathedral. We visited it 5 years ago for the Citroen Centenary, and actually allowed some Citroens to park inside. I'm going to have to go wider angle just to get it all in. There we go. So this is the new cathedral, obviously built because the Germans took a dislike to the old one. Here we go, here is the old cathedral, what's left of it. All very impressive now. A very modern cathedral. But the old one was sadly very much destroyed in the Blitz, because Coventry is a city that was making lots for the military. So it was seen as a key target by the Germans, and the city was pummeled. Of course, not just the factories, ordinary people. You can look at some of the streets here in Coventry, and there are just massive gaps. And there are massive gaps because houses were literally destroyed. Of course, we gave as good as we got. So it's a similar story in many German cities. Just a reminder that so often the real victims of war are ordinary folk. But yeah, there's some lovely old buildings around this part of Coventry. I haven't got time to explore. Need to go and find the train station. I'm out of breath already, that's not good. If you've only seen Coventry from the ring road, the actual historic centre might surprise you a bit. And I can't say I've done that much exploring of Coventry city centre myself, in all honesty. The sounds of a city gently waking up after a busy night. Oh yes, I meant to tell you more about the car, aren't I? I'm meant to be dropping hints. So the car is costing £200, has an MOT until the 6th of August, which is about a month away, and it has some impressive advisory items. So hopefully it'll be all right. I'm going to Japan Classic Sunday. Is it Japanese? Not quite. No, it is from another country, although there are some Japanese origins. So it's going to be interesting. But I need to find a Greggs for breakfast and then get on my train. I've got about half an hour to go. I'm using the Trainline app, not sponsored, which helpfully tells me what platform I'm going from. Platform 2, assuming no sudden changes, and with the British Rail network, anything is possible. Well, suitably refreshed for breakfast, here we are at Coventry Station. We've got 2 trains. First one takes us to Leamington Spa, and then we're on another one to Bicester. Oh, train 1 looks familiar, it's like the ones we've got in Transport for Wales. There we go. That was nice. Actually, really pleasant journey. That was a very nice locomotive. It's only been like 15 minutes, but my app tells me we're going from platform 4 there to platform 3, which is this one. So I guess I'll just wait here for my next train, whatever it is. It's due in just a few minutes' time. So yeah, the app's useful for telling you stuff. And the trains seem to be running on time today. So when it works, rail is actually good. And I do approve of it, but too often it just isn't. And yes, that is a noisy Voyager chuntering away in the background. And here comes train number 2. Like a commuter train, but it's going all the way to London Marylebone. Chiltern Railways. Looks like I might have to do some walking. That's handy. Off we go to Bicester. Whilst I was in Bicester and it's raining, mild drizzle, and also my next connection is running late. My next connection is the owner of my my new car, so I'm going to go and find a spot to wait for them. And yeah, I don't think he's coming in the car, but what is coming in may be interesting. The taxi is here. It's a Daihatsu Hijet. That may be a clue. So here we are in the tiny Daihatsu that's sort of a Daihatsu. My knee's very much the crumple zone. Massive corner of disappointment in front of me when it comes to windscreen wipers. Oh, we're going all the way around. But yeah, this is actually an Italian-built Daihatsu, built by Piaggio. So an interesting mix of all sorts. Toyota engine, and before they started badging them as Piaggios here in the UK as well. But an interesting diversion on our way to my new car. Could the Daihatsu be a link? We'll just have to wait and see. I'm in my new car. It has a stupid amount of headroom. What could it be? It's a Perodua. We are in a Perodua Canary. I can't film too much here because I'm at the well, I say a seller's relatives, but look at the mileage, 47,000 miles. It's practically brand new. Hasn't been started for a while. Let's see. Oil pressure. There we go. Oil pressure. Oh, I haven't connected my Bluetooth. Look at this. I've even got the original Perodua branded head unit. Apparently this is what came in the car originally. Can you believe it? 5-speed manual gearbox, thankfully. No air conditioning. We're a bit low on spec. We haven't got electric front windows. It does need a bit of a clean. Better put some ventilation on because we're going to need that. Probably more on windscreen. Let's go and head somewhere, and yeah, we can film a walk around. I assume that scraping noise will just go away if I ignore it. I've no idea what it is. It sounds like something trapped between the brakes and the backing plate, but not a fat lot I can do about that. This is my test drive. My test drive is driving it to Dover Ferry port, but yeah, that is an unpleasant noise, I'm going to say. I have to adjust my mirrors, which I think I have to do by hand. Oh yeah, that sounds really bad with the window open. Let's close it. Oh, she goes well. Oh, a bit too well. Slow down. I've been told the fuel gauge absolutely lies, so I've got to keep an eye on the mileage. Should be able to do like 250 miles on a tank, especially cruising. That is not a good noise. The brakes feel good. Yeah. It hasn't been unused that long, I don't think. A matter of weeks that he's replaced it with the Daihatsu Hijet. Clutch is a little rough, but again, could be lack of use. Wiper blades are good. That's important, especially as it seems to be raining. Just remember 47,500. That's where the mileage is at the moment. I think for all intents and purposes, we can consider that the start mileage. 330 miles to do today in a car that sounds like it's going to fall apart. Right, are we ready? It is a Perodua Canary. It's a Malaysian Daihatsu move, so I think it qualifies for Japan Classic Sunday. It's possibly the worst example of one. It's full of character and bird poo. It could really do with a very, very deep clean. We've got no wheel trims. It's a GXI double overhead cam. It's a bit patinated in places. But look at the storage. This is the same length as Chemi. Look at the boot space. This is going to be practical family motoring. And it's got a left-hand side as well. That's where the fuel filler is. Important note. More bird poo and cobwebs. Yeah, the MOT history goes on about a few things. I don't think any of it's too serious, but we'll find out. But I don't know what to do about that noise. It sounds like it just stopped. So that means it's fine, right? Maybe we'll just pop the lock on. But yeah, the interior's pretty clean. Like I say, 47,000 miles. Let's just check she's in neutral. A very familiar noise. It's the old EJDE engine. So it's the same engine that was in Miss Daisy, the Sirion, and just made in Malaysia. Let's pop some lock on. She's got quite a lot of it. Here. And just see what the backing plate is like. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. That sounds like it could be our noise. Might need to check the tyre pressures as well. So I'll check on this one. And it feels quite intact. That one feels a bit more attached. So I think that's probably what it is, but I have not got time for lingering with the little Canary here. We need to get to Dover, so we need to get motoring. Ferry departs at 2 o'clock. It's currently almost 10 o'clock, and it's about a 3.5 hour drive, so better get on. Yeah, I think the horrible noise has gone away. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself until I hear evidence to the contrary. Windows rattling a bit in its runners. Oh, I love little 3-cylinder engines. 54 brake horsepower, I think. Show Me the Charade has the EJ VE with the variable valve timing. This does not have that, which makes it a simpler engine, I guess. Go, 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 go! Lovely mirrors. They're going to be a big boon, especially driving overseas. Yeah. Here we go then. Off to Dover in my £200 car. But let's definitely stop making the horrible noise. Maybe there was a little stone touch in there and I've managed to free it off. But that's a relief. I was quite worried about that. Try and give you a view going down the road. We're just leaving Bicester, so we're coming up to the M40. Do M40, M25, M20, I think. We'll go down the south side to avoid the tolls. And yeah, we've got to go circumnavigate that there London. Oh yeah, brakes are good. Why would you order a brand new car in a non-colour like that? I can't even spell BMW. Look at that number plate. Oh, in terms of timing belt, probably due in time, if not mileage, because you know we are on 47,000 miles. It's had one belt change in its life, but mostly we'll be keeping our fingers crossed. And on to the motorway. I have to say, this seat quite firm. Even firmer than a Smart, but at least the suspension is better. Oh, I am a happy boy. I've always wanted a Canary. I love the styling. The Daihatsu Move itself did gain this quad lamp snout in Japan, but over here we got the original Move with its 847cc engine, and then the Canary came with a whopping 989cc. So that's us knocking on the door of 70 on the speedo at least. 3,500 revs. Just got to do this for several hours. Right. Oh, left me lights on. We've just done about 20 miles, but just do a bit of a sanity check. Nice and cold. Could do a bit of air in that one. That's feeling a bit warm. Okay. The wheel is cool. That feels all right. Yep. Yep, all good. So that's all good, but the main reason for stopping, one, to get my hoodie off because it's actually starting to feel quite mild now, and the other reason, oh, just put you in the mount, is I forgot to tax the car. we've done the owner change online. I forgot to tax it, so I think I'd better sort that out before we go too much further. Right, that's the tax done. Tax doesn't have to be taxing or some such rubbish. £199 a year because it's slightly older, slightly less green version of the engine that Shemi has. Shemi is £35 a year. Ridiculous. That's spread over the direct debit payments as well, but I may have to shut up because Vernon K is about to kick in rather loudly on my radio. Let's go and see if we can get some air in the tyres and make sure all is well before we hit the motorway again. Oh, definitely got my money's worth on the old tyre machine. The fronts were 21, the back's 22. There should be 30. So they're all now where they should be. I should have checked that before setting off really. I thought they looked a bit squishy. But we should carry on. We're at Oxford Services at the moment. Car is now taxed. It now has air in the tyres. Oil level's good. And he reckons it's only using about a litre of oil every 3,000 miles, which is in stark contrast to our charade. So hopefully those piston rings aren't too gunged up yet. But so far I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I think the ride is a lot better than I expected, to be honest, which is good, because British roads are a mess. Oh, incidentally, the speedo is quite a ways off. At just over 70 miles an hour on the speedo, we're doing 65 miles an hour. But we'll take things a little easier when we get onto the continent, but I'm just keeping the speed up at the moment until we get to Dover. You just never know how the traffic's going to pan out. Talking of traffic, we're going to have to do the Antwerp rush hour. That's going to be fun. It got a bit unpleasant. This has actually eased off a bit, but I was listening to 10 to the Top on Radio 2 and didn't want to interrupt it. Yeah, not the best, but so far little Barodua is performing well. Barodua, I believe, is Malaysian for little deer, which I think is quite sweet. There is a lot of wind noise and road noise and stuff, but I suppose we are travelling in a big cheap box. Perhaps that shouldn't be too surprising. But we're just heading through the home counties as we head towards that there London. A sign just said, whichever way we go on the M25, it's about an hour and a half. So we might as well go the cheaper way that doesn't involve paying for a crossing. Yeah, here we go. Traffic central. Well, all good runs must come to an end, apparently. Reckon's a 10-minute delay here. I'm going to get, allegedly, get to Dover at 13:17, although I suspect that's a bit late. My ferry leaves at 2. So it's very much a case of fingers crossed at this point. Well, we're stuck in traffic. It's still awful. I think I'm going to miss my ferry. I need to be there in a matter of minutes. There's people just driving down the hard shoulder now, because that's legit. This isn't all lanes running on this section. I don't think people have just decided, I've had enough, I'm trying another way. I can get the next 2 sailings, but it's just a bit annoying because it means I'm going to be much delayed getting to where I need to be. I may need to change my plans even, but maybe we'll investigate that a bit more when we're on the ferry. But yeah, motorway's closed. Marvellous. Where I'm now sitting in the blind spot of the left-hand drive truck behind me. Truck quite rightly blocking that Vauxhall Corsa that was trying to sneak up the hard shoulder. A Duke has broken down and has put paid to all their plans, all those who were sneaking up the hard shoulder, making this all worse for everyone else. What a bunch of pricks. can apparently catch any of the next 2 sailings, so they're every 2 hours. As long as I get there before 3 o'clock, I should be able to get the 4 o'clock crossing, and that should be all right. But yeah, I haven't had any food. 236 miles on this tank, so I've personally done 149 of those, and probably need some fuel. Well, at least we don't have to panic too much. We've got an hour and 20 minutes, I think. But yeah, I've actually pulled off to a Sainsbury's and grabbed some lunch. So much for eating on the ferry. Still might eat on the ferry. Don't know what time I'm going to be on the ferry. It makes most sense, and now I can just push on the other side. But nonetheless, I'm quite hungry now, and it's nice to have a break from the traffic. Back, it was nice to get out of the car actually, because the back and everything started to hurt. But I shall spare you the sight of me eating a sandwich. Right. Oh, sorry. I've got my classical music on. Back off we go. 43 mpg according to that Phil, but I did go quite a few clicks. You're not even looking. Never mind. Yeah, so that's not superb. I would expect better than that. We'll see what the next tank does. Yeah, like I say, not everyone feels to the same point. Anyway, I'm going to try and retune my radio so it's actually tuned in, and we'll head off. I think this might be Dover. Yes, it is Dover. That's Dover Castle. In front of us there, hidden in the mist. Oh. Go and see what boat we can end up on. Ooh, that's rather nice. A Chevrolet something or rubber. We're in the queue at the ferry port. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so only about an hour and a half later than I'd hoped to be. Just to prove it, the White Cliffs of Dover and a tiny battered little Perodua. Incidentally, I think this is where the cup holders should be. If you remember the Daihatsu At-Tri at Tannagrois, which now lives in Scotland, by the way. That's good news. I think the cup holders were here. They've obviously been blanked off with just 2 Povo. Well, we're through. We're in. What's the time now? 2:45. That has been a disappointing journey. That's taken a very long time. But given we set off just before 10 o'clock this morning after buying the car, that is a long journey. So there's only one thing to do really. That's to enjoy a bit of a lie down and a nap before we board. Well, I think that is my ferry. Just turning in there. Well, I can't see what this one next to it is. But shortly we should be upon a boat. And hopefully the Canary will be more undercover than the trucks on the end of that one. That's rather exposed, isn't it? Gosh, and yeah, there's the cliffs looking resplendent. Where's the little canary? Here you are. Let's quickly talk about some of the negatives of this car, because there are some actually. She's been sailing along 160 miles, good as gold. It's the driving position is the problem. The pedals are too close to the seat. The seat is as far back as it'll go, but when my foot's on the pedal, there's a lot of bending going on there with the ankle and the knee. I just want to be able to stretch my legs out, and I can't. And it looks like there could be room to do it, but the pedals are just a little bit too close. Don't think that's going to be a problem for Miss Hubner at all, but for me, it is problematic. Just taking some bonus wins while we're here. Look, a cigarette lighter. Does it work? Yay! I got a source of fire. 20p and some random screws. I reckon might be something to do with the aftermarket head unit. So yeah, I think this little car has done amazingly well. It's been sitting unused for weeks and weeks. I come along and drive it 160 miles. So well done, little car. After what feels like forever, here we go then, driving on a boat. Driving on a boat is always fun. I don't care what you say. Oh wow, we're going up the little sidewall as well. I kind of need a run up at this. Oh, this is fun. I think this little car has been sitting on that driveway for quite a while. Thinking, where will my next adventure be? I bet it didn't expect this. Right, you wait down here for a couple of hours, little car, and then we'll go driving around Europe. Woo! Well, it's certainly an assault on the senses out here. We're still loading up. There's beeps and boops and all sorts going on because there's two ferries loading up next to each other. But I don't know how smooth this crossing is going to be. There are quite a lot of white horses out there. But I guess if I can survive the Cook Strait in New Zealand on a windy day, that was an unpleasant crossing. Hopefully I'll be right. Hopefully. And with that, we were off. Bye, UK. Oh wow, we are accelerating away. We're slightly late, only a couple of minutes. Departing's obviously keen to make up for lost time. Very strange to be on such a big thing but accelerating quite so quickly. Yeah, look at the water out the back. Wow. Well, we're definitely out at sea now. Out of protection of the harbour. The famous white cliffs. And yeah, we're moving around a bit, it's not too bad. For a bit of fun, where do I fit my headlamp adapters? This is all the cars of all time. Let's see, Morgan, Nissan, Polestar, Peugeot, Rodua. Oh, they only do the Mivi. I think I'll just go for that one. Small round headlamps, that sums her up. This is quite strange. In the space of the past month, I've gone under the channel, I've gone over the channel, and now here I am ploughing through the channel. So 3 different ways, and I'm still not entirely sure which one's my favourite. I do like the drama with a ferry, it must be said. But we're going to disembark, and we've got 2.5 hours of driving to do tonight. We got Japan Classic Sunday on Sunday, funnily enough. We've got filming to do, road tests on Saturday and Monday, and then Tuesday we drive home. Hopefully all the way home, but it is a very long way. So we'll see about that. But hopefully my new Perodua Canary will serve me well on this trip and keep going. And then maybe we'll treat it for a bit of love when we get back, we'll see. But first things first, disembark. Oh, let's just quickly do an end-to-end on the ferry. There's the back end, whatever they call the back end, and we'll go marching through. This is like a light cafe area. We've got the duty-free shop where I purchased my headlamp converters and other essentials for European travel. That's the jail where they lock up children. That's good fun. There's a little cafe upstairs where I had pizza. Unfortunately, there was also a telly and there's a group of teenagers watching the World Cup. I would far rather watch Wimbledon. And then we got the main dining area down this end. I might like Emma Cruises now. Miss Hubnut seems utterly addicted to Emma Cruises. Look, she would love this. There's Whippy. Miss Hubnut loves the whippy. And then we can actually see France ahead of us. So this is at the front of the ship. And if I go through the window, we can just about see France on the horizon. So I have done a few laps because my legs are cramping up after so many hours. Oh my god, cake. Don't even look at the cake. Don't look at the cake. I have so many hours crammed in a tiny little Perodua. But, something exciting happened in the football apparently. But yeah, I've done a few laps just walking around, get some circulation going in the legs, had me dinner, and all set fair to continue. So, the whistle-stop tour, the entire boat. There is some more football. They appear to be doing free samples of Jack Daniels, if that's your tipple. Nope. A quick top tip, if you're thinking about coming on this DFDS service to Dunkirk, you either grab food right at the very start as soon as you're on board, or you wait for about an hour, because it gets busy. Really busy. It feels quite small because I'm used to the Stena Line service to Harwich, Hook of Holland, which is a much bigger, much longer boat. You can properly clock up some miles on that. There you go, that was the whistle-stop tour of this DFDS ferry. Can we go now? Board. Well, there we go. We are leaving the ferry port. The Canary has landed. Oh, sorry, doing my window up, it's a bit noisy. I might have to grease these window runners. The windows are not keen on going up and down. That's going to make tolls fun. But here we are, Dunkirk. I'm very glad to be here in more peaceful times. Oh yeah, I'm liking the old Mercedes truck. 609D. Very nice. They like their big volume wagons here. Single axle trailer. Behind what to us would be a 7.5 ton truck. That's actually Polish. In fact, I think I actually took it on the M25 earlier today. Speed limit has just gone up to 130 kilometers an hour, but we're doing 110 according to the sat-nav, which I think is fast enough, to be honest. This little car has been doing ever so well. Let's not push it. That's just over 80 miles an hour. Apparently they have graffiti here as well. Dune de Flandre. Oh, we're getting close to the border. Close to the border. Last chance there to pull over and just breathe in a bit of France before jumping across. And that's it. That was dramatic, wasn't it? We are in Belgium. So Belgium officially has several languages, I think, but Flemish and French are the two main ones. I am Groot. I wonder what Groot actually means. Onwards aboard the tiny little car of power-ish. Ah, Jabec, or is it Jabecca? You meant to pronounce the E? I don't know, but obviously that is where a great many speed records were set back in the day. In fact, it's where a Jaguar XK120 first did 120 miles an hour with, I think that was with Norman Dewis aboard, screwed into a canopy, so if the car had crashed, he would have been stuck in it. Also got a Convoy Exceptionnel. That is quite exceptional indeed. That T4 based camper. Look. Oh, transit. Not quite as smiley, that one. You haven't missed a lot, by the way. Basically, we've been doing this for about 40 minutes now. Quite boring. And even if I had cruise control, I don't think you're allowed to use it in Belgium. I don't know if they've had to drop that with the whole EU harmonisation of rules, but it certainly was the case in Belgium for a while, but you couldn't do that. I'm sorry if the sound's peeking out. It is quite a noisy car. There's a lot of wind noise, but the microphone's quite sensitive to my voice. I should remember that and stop shouting. I'm very sorry. Anyway, another 18 kilometers until anything else happens. But oh my god, look at the traffic levels. There just is no traffic. Splendid. It's a tractor. Sorry, I'm not on the mic at the moment, but where the bloody hell is this sat-nav taking me? Hell? This is all very lovely, but we're meant to be bombing down motorways. Have I accidentally set it to avoid tolls or something? Oh well. It's only a change of scenery. Not so bored now. That's a pretty church, but it's now completely obscured by a tree. So 30 kilometres an hour, that's like our 20s in Wales. Oh wow, these houses are utterly fantastic. But this is Friday night. Where's the party, people? Maybe it's too early. Everyone's at home, right? That's what's going on. Oh, hello. We're going into a tunnel. Quite adventurous. I'd love to tell you where we are, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's see what the sign says. Oh, we're heading towards Antwerpen. Near Havens, apparently. So, well, onwards. Speedy Berlingo. That's only the second first generation Berlingo I've seen. Aha, we are approaching the Antwerp ring road. Sat-nav wants to go this way towards Breda and Rotterdam. Breda's quite close to where we're going, so we are taking ring 1. I think 2 goes much closer to Antwerp. Oh, it's nice to do so. We've literally just done an hour of straight line. It's been mind-numbingly boring. At least I got the microphone plugged back in now. I can't have the mic plugged in while I'm charging the phone, and as I'm using the phone for sat-nav as well, it's needing quite regular inputs of juice. In theory, I could link it up to the head unit, but yeah, that would use even more power, so I think we'll just not. I did try listening to Flemish radio. They like their adverts. Decided it wasn't for me. It's now 9:30 almost. Got just over half an hour to go. Oh, what a long day. We have done 227 miles since collecting the car. I thought we were meant to do more than that. I thought it was meant to be a 330 mile day. Ah, tolls. Where's the toll booth? Got another tunnel. Oh, end of roadworks. We're going to speed up again. Woo! Whoa, 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 whoa! What? This is like UK roads. What the hell's this? Oh yeah, we got tolls. We got tolls. What? How much? I don't know how much. What? Oh, €7, I think. Cards. Yeah, definitely cards. I have to take my seatbelt off because I'm going to have to go and leap out the passenger window and then hope it goes back up again. Oh, and get my card out. Approved! Yay! Good thing about having a skinny car, that'd be an absolute nightmare in Betty. I would have to get out. But we're back on the route we should be on now. And eventually the window goes back up. Oh, hello. Sorry, the angle's not perfect. More bridges, more tunnels. I think I'll spare you. No, hold on. This tunnel stinks of cheese. What the heck is that? That is really strong. Or am I following a cheese lorry or something? Oh, probably just missed it. That was a sign for the Netherlands. Welcome in Brabant. We are in Brabant, part of the Netherlands. If that's the only toll on this trip, that was €5.60 to go through two very entertaining tunnels. Although when I came out the second one, everything stank of gas. So I'm taking that as a bad thing. But yeah, hopefully we're only about 10 or 15 minutes from our destination. And just about before dark. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired. And I'm questioning the wisdom of how much I've got on. Because I am shattered. I did a lot of driving yesterday, done a lot of driving today. The idea, I think I've got an hour and a half to get to my friend Marcel tomorrow. Yeah, not sure how I feel about that. Not that the car is struggling at all, it's just sailing along merrily, but oh, my right leg is getting very sore now. Ironically, that's what put me off bringing Myrtle. That was an idea. I thought I could bring Myrtle to Matisse. She would just about qualify for Japan Classic Sunday as well. They do allow Koreans and Malaysian cars to turn up, so there have been Hyundais in the past. There may well be again. Where are we going? Are we carrying on? Yeah, sorry about that. I had to use the map on full mode, in which case the camera stops working. But we're on the right track, and SatNav thinks I'm speeding because I'm doing 105, 106 kilometers an hour on this road. But that speed limit only applies between, I forget what time it is in the morning, and 7 o'clock in the evening. After that, when the roads are quieter, you can go quicker. Seems very sensible to me. Although 120 kilometers an hour, which is the upper limit, is 75 miles an hour, so it's not very far off the UK limit. But she seems very happy sitting at 105 kilometers an hour, which is about 65 miles an hour. That seems to be her sweet spot. Oh, I'm getting so excited about the idea of getting out this car. Well, I'm going to end this one there. What a little trooper this car is. I'm a few miles from my destination, and yeah, I will be so glad to stop. Nice to get out and stretch the old legs. She's battered, but she's doing ever so well. So thank you very much for watching. There will be more to come from here in the Netherlands, and I'll see you soon. A little deer, Roger in it.